Welcome to lesson 2 of Procreate. I've got some great news, which is that Emma has agreed to teach this class, not just through May, the one class that's left, but also to offer several classes through May and June. So I'm excited. Yay!
I might decide against it after this one.
Right. I'll send you the dates. And so there's a couple of things we want you to know about this before we get started. One is that at the beginning, at least in these first 3 sessions, we are not going to draw particularly. We're not going to draw freehand. We're going to focus on bringing photos into Procreate, tracing them, and then learning how to build paintings from those. After that, in the later sessions, we may introduce a sort of a freehand drawing, but we want to make sure that you guys get the tools first before we throw drawing at you. So for all of those of you who have seen it on the WhatsApp chat, there is a picture of a cat. You need to get it onto your iPad. And the first thing Emma's going to do is show you how to upload that photo into Procreate so that we can start working. Now, I love the enthusiasm of this group. And I love Emma's quick mind, but last week things got a little crazy because she went fast and people were trying to get help, right? Like sort of willy-nilly. We're going to set up a little system. Emma's going to walk you step by step through the process. So she's going to first show you how to upload this photo into your system. Once she's shown you, she's going to ask you, does anybody need any help? This is the moment to say something. Please do not say anything before that moment. She will ask you every step of the way, are you here? So if you're having trouble, wait until you hear the instruction from her. Have you got it? And that's the moment to yell, help! And she will stop and make sure everybody is kind of on the same page. Does that sound like a plan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. Then Emma, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to bring that over to you. And it's nice, Emma, I just wanted to introduce you to Rashmi, who was not in the last class, who's one of our favorites embroiderers from Bangalore. Hello, Lovey. Nice to see you. All right.
Hi.
Okay, so you can go ahead, Emma. You want me to spotlight your screen or?
Yeah, that would be great.
Let's do it.
Great. Okay, so earlier today we sent out the photo onto WhatsApp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know some of you guys have issues getting it into your camera roll. Who has it in their camera roll? Who doesn't?
I do. I have it.
Not have it in their camera roll. Excellent. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we can go ahead and get started that way.
What about you, Rashmi? We can see you.
Yeah, I have it on my camera roll.
Oh, well done.
Rashmi probably knows more than the rest of us. She's young.
Okay, so I'm going to start off by opening up Procreate now. So you guys should have your gallery here. So it's going to have your drawings and a screen that looks something like this. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see some of these buttons that are a little bit smaller. So in the upper right corner, there's a plus sign, and we're going to start off by clicking on that plus sign. And I'm going to have a lot more options than you guys do because I made a bunch of canvases. So I believe everyone who was here last week, we made a Procreate canvas or Procreate class canvas, titled it. If you have canvas, go ahead and click on that now.
Otherwise, can we just click A4?
Yeah, so if you weren't here last time, the screen size canvas should also be okay, and it's the very top one. So you can just click on screen size.
So they're P3.
Right here.
P3.
Okay. So everybody stop, make sure they have a new canvas. And if you don't, you need to get Emma to help you right now. So don't go any farther until you've gotten that new canvas up. Show them what it looks like. Yeah, there you go.
Here it is.
Everybody there?
Yep.
I had the one that said screen size and it's just like full screen. Is that okay?
Yeah, full screen is
that's
great.
Totally fine. I'm gonna rotate my canvas.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Like this. I'm just pinching and turning it.
Okay.
That fits our dimensions a little bit better of the image.
Why would you do that rather than just move your iPad landscape?
That's just a preference thing to me. I like to have my iPad like this because then I can be a little bit bigger. But if I had it this way, it's a little bit smaller. So it's just going to keep the canvas as big as it can.
But this is a landscape photo.
Yeah, so it gets bigger sideways.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sandra.
Okay.
All right. Is that working for everybody?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I thought it would be nice to review a little bit how to do all of the drawing tools and what some of the buttons do. So to use your paintbrush, we're going to use the little brush right up here. And if we click it once, it's going to select it. And if we click it a second time, it's going to give us a bunch of options.
Okay, stop right here. Make sure everybody gets there. Everybody click on the brush once and then click on the brush twice to get your brush library. And remember, Emma's brush library is going to be bigger because she's actually downloaded a bunch of extra brush effects, which you can do too.
Yep.
We all there?
Okay.
Awesome.
So you guys, if you want, you can just pick any brush that you want. Each of these buttons on the left side, when I click on it, it's going to open up a whole new set of brushes on this side. So you actually have a ton of options.
Too many.
But I recommend just, I know, I think so too. I recommend just kind of selecting whatever brush you think is interesting and just.
But do you have a recommendation for pen? We're not at the pro stage where we can select pens.
Okay, I'm feeling today I'm going to use, if you go under drawing right here, and then it's the Oberon, I think is how you say it. Oberon.
Okay.
And the nice part about this one, does everyone find that brush?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Which one?
The nice part,
I didn't get it. Hi, sorry.
Oh, what was that?
I didn't get it. Under drawing, which brush?
Oberon.
It's called. It's between.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Got it. Sorry.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
They have ridiculous names.
The nice part about this brush is that if I slide this bar here, I can go all the way to the top and it gets really big. But I can also slide it down to the bottom and it gets pretty small too. So we can do all of our details and all of our big blocky stuff with one brush, which is kind of nice. Is it doing that for you guys?
Yeah, so we start with a small one then. And the other one, where do we put that button? In the middle or?
The other one.
Opacity.
Oh yeah, so this one right down here.
Yeah.
So this is opacity. So that's going to be how transparent. So if it's all the way at the top, it's going to be pretty dark. If I slide it, let's say halfway down, it's going to be transparent. So if I layer them on top of each other, you can see how they overlap and become darker.
For some reason, it's coming out white on white, so I can't see it.
It's coming out white on white, like your paint is white?
Yeah, so I can't see when I'm drawing and nothing happens, but then on the testing, I can actually see that it does work.
Okay, so to change the color at the very top right side.
Got it. Thank you. I remember that.
You just click on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
By the way, you guys are, I think we're really getting a flow here. This is excellent.
Hey. Yes. So let's review this too. So if I decide I want to get rid of one of these circles, I can take 2 fingers to my screen and tap at once, and it's gonna undo.
What did you show the undo again?
So I'm just taking 2 fingers and I'm tapping my screen and it's undoing it.
Okay.
And if I want to redo, I take 3 fingers.
Oh, now we need to take notes.
I love Apple.
if remembering the like number of fingers is too much, also right below that opacity bar, you'll have 2 arrows. And the top arrow is going to undo and the bottom arrow is going to redo, if that's easier for you.
Okay.
Yeah, ladies, good job.
Cool. So let's review the eraser too. So I'm going to use the eraser. If I click it once and I've selected it. So if I just go here now, it's going to use whatever brush that was previously selected. But I don't really like having like a clear line like this. I like to have more of a textured eraser. So it feels like it was made more with like a medium, like a natural medium. So if I click the eraser again, it's going to give me the same options that it gave me for the pencil. Is that the same for you guys?
Ah, that's cool. Ooh, yeah.
Love that sound. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Oberon that you've given us?
Is it what?
Wasn't it
Oh, yes.
Oberon?
So it's Oberon under drawing.
Okay.
So if I select that, it's going to do the same kind of
Nothing
texture
happened
for the eraser. You say
on my
nothing
eraser.
happened?
Doesn't work. Nothing happens.
Is your
My eraser is, yeah.
Is it all the way at the top with your opacity?
Yes.
How
Yes.
big is your eraser? Is it really small?
Maybe pretty small. Okay, I'm making it bigger. Nothing happens. Only if it doesn't happen with the pen, but it happens with my finger.
Oh.
Huh.
Maybe your pen's been like disconnected from your iPad?
How does it disconnect?
I'm not sure. And it's charged?
Yeah, I charged it overnight because I made the mistake last time.
Try, sometimes the tips of the pens can be removed. So if I twist the top of my pen, I can actually like take off the tip. And if it becomes loose, can you see this okay? If it becomes loose, sometimes they'll stop working. So maybe just try tightening the top of the pen.
Okay.
Make sure it's screwed all the way on pretty tight.
It doesn't matter.
Is it working
Thank
now?
you, Emma. Mine was loose. So
yeah.
Yeah.
That took me a long time to figure out.
So it does not, my pen doesn't work, but my finger works.
Okay. I would check your Bluetooth too and see if it's connected.
Yeah, it doesn't erase very well, that Oberon. It does leave a texture which is not as white as yours. But the finger works.
Okay.
But anyways.
That's weird.
You can hear my bird.
Oh, I can't. Are you having troubles finding your Bluetooth on your iPad?
I don't know where to find it on my iPad.
Okay, so you're going to want to go to your settings. So you're actually going to leave the Procreate app.
Okay, settings.
And then go to settings.
The rest of you guys just play around with what the brush do.
Bluetooth is on. Apple Pencil not connected.
Yep, so I would click on that and see if it'll connect to your pencil.
It doesn't.
Sometimes to get it to connect, you have to attach it to the side of the iPad.
Yeah.
And then try that.
Okay, now it's connected.
Perfect.
Yay. Success.
Yes.
Yeah. So are we back into Procreate?
Yeah, and it works.
Yes. Woo. All right.
I'm glad you're a good problem solver.
So Diana, would you say that the pen's just a little sticky or something? You have to like put it onto the pad to fix it. Is that the best way?
No, it wasn't connected to Bluetooth.
Got it.
I had no idea we had to do that. But
yeah. Is the eraser working for everybody? Perfect. So let's go over the smudging tool as well. So I'm gonna click on, it's right between the pencil and the eraser, and it looks like a little hand. If I click on it once, it's selected. And if I click on it twice, it's gonna give me all of my options. So I recommend you guys can play around a little bit. The smudger is pretty fun. I don't use it a ton, but it does do some cool stuff. So I can play around and pick out a fun brush. I'm just picking up by random. I chose the under artistic plimsoll.
Under artistic, what does that mean?
It's like the brush category.
Yeah, I know, but what does that mean? Oh, under artistic, not as in the brush is under artistic. Okay, got it.
Oh yeah.
I was like, is this for people who really don't have any like brush skills?
And you can play around here, and this is gonna do some smudging. And just like your eraser and your pencil, the top dial is gonna change your size. And the bottom one, I think of the bottom, because you're not really dealing with transparency, as like how hard you're pressing your finger to the paper if you were to smudge with your hand. So the farther up this bottom dial is, the more it's gonna push pigments around. And the lower, the less pigments it's gonna push around. It's gonna be more subtle. Is that working for everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see the video. That looks so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, send them in.
Yeah.
Because your guys' work is so interesting, we're actually including a lot of it in the video. So feel free to send in anything you think looks cool. We'll include it.
Sweet. Are you guys ready to go over colors?
Well, I was already fiddling with that.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So the colors is going to be in that upper right-hand circle right up here. Everyone find that okay? Perfect. And then at the bottom, yours might look something more like this. At the bottom, it's going to give you little options, say disc, classic, harmony, value, and palettes. And each of them do slightly different things. I prefer to use classic.
Okay.
So we can use some of that today. I also like to use palettes, and I believe last week we imported some palettes. So we can do the same this week if you guys want to do that. And I can show you how to do that. So if you go to your bottom right palettes, you should see a bunch of like colory blocks like this.
Well, not a lot like you. I see. I see two.
I've added a bunch.
Oh, okay. So we're adding. Okay.
Yeah. So if you go to the top right, there should be like a little plus sign.
Yep.
So I'm going to click on that. And it's going to give you a bunch of options. And I'm going to select the one at the bottom that says new from photos. And it's going to open up my camera roll. And then I'm going to select the cat photo. And there it is. And it basically samples a bunch of colors from that photo and makes it into a paint palette. And I've actually done this before. So this palette here and this palette here are from the same photo. So they're not going to be exactly the same, but every time you do it. So you guys are probably going to have slightly different palettes than what I have.
Yeah, very different. I have no reds in mine.
Is it with how many colors you've got, Emma? In like at the beginning, do you import more colors in?
Import more colors in.
You know what I mean?
I only get, I'm gonna hold it up. I only get these brown colors.
Here, hold on. Let me, Diana, I want to highlight you just a second.
Interesting. I might try doing it again. I wonder if it's like accidentally clicked the wrong photo, because I feel like it should be interesting.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, mine has a little bit of greens at the very end.
You want to hold yours up, Lisa, so we can see it? Go
No,
ahead.
I get exactly the same again.
Hold on. Hold
You
on.
go again how you import the palette, please.
Lisa, we can't see if you've got a blurry back.
Lisa gets the reds. I only got the
I also didn't get the reds. I mean, I've just sent the palette to on our WhatsApp thread.
Send the palette across.
Okay.
Everybody hold up your, yes.
But
Yeah.
can you
Take a look.
explain how to do it again, please?
Yeah, I'll show you guys how to do it again one more time. Yeah,
Thank you.
so it's got like the general browny orange colors.
Oh, I've got it.
I did not get any orange. I only have brown shades of brown.
No oranges.
No oranges, no
I've
red.
got,
I don't have oranges or red either.
I've got everything.
So
What is the, and everybody has the most recent Procreate? And the most,
good question. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't, yeah.
would you mind holding up your palette again? Interesting. Yeah, they are a little bit more muted than the mine are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Yeah. So what might be nice is we can create a palette from scratch as well. And I can show you guys how to do that. And we can make sure we all have similar colors if we do it that way.
Okay.
Cool. So we'll come back and do that after we import our image.
Emma, I have a dumb question. Can I ask before you go on? Can you add to the palette? Can you add to a palette that you grabbed from a photo?
Yes, you can. So
Maybe
what
that's
I can
you
do
should
here.
do.
Oh yeah, we could totally do
They've
that.
already got part of their colors up, so if they just need to add a few,
Mhm.
that might be the quickest way to do it.
Okay. So to do that, you actually hold your color and then you can drag it to any of your palettes.
But we need to have colors there first.
Yeah. So what we can do is we're going to actually take some colors from our photo and I'll show you guys how to do that next. So let's come back to this.
Okay.
And we're going to import a photo. So if you go to your wrench at the upper left,
yeah,
it's right next to gallery. You're going to click on that. And then at the top, it's going to give you a bunch of options. And I'm going to go to add, which is the first one on the left. Do you guys find that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. And then I'm going to say insert photo. It's going to pull up my camera roll. And then I'm going to click on my cat image.
Yeah.
Looks good. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drag this.
Oh, you have a different sizing of the cat.
Oh, here. Let me do this.
We have a landscape cat.
Okay, let me pull up the uncropped image. Let's see.
Would it make a difference if we have a landscape and you have a cropped image?
It won't in the long run, and I'll show you guys how real quick. So I'm going to import, this is that long image. So if I zoom in, I can change the cropping however I like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to make it more of that portrait than a landscape. And I just zoomed in by pinching with my fingers. And then I'm gonna, this arrow up here.
It doesn't work for me.
It's not working for you?
No, it just takes the whole picture.
Does your,
it looks, I have the marks, the crop marks on there.
okay, so does yours, this is kind of like a, outside your image, does it have like these little marching ants?
Yeah.
That's what I call them. So it has that right now?
No, now it doesn't. Since I turned it up and showed you. So
that means that you're no longer in like the alteration mode.
Okay.
So to get back into that, you see this little arrow right at the top?
Yeah.
Try clicking on that.
Oh yeah, and I have to use my fingers. Yeah, now I'm back.
Perfect. And is it working if you zoom in and out?
No, because the whole picture just gets smaller or bigger. It does not let me crop like you do normally in a photo. It just makes the picture bigger or smaller, not cropping.
Yes, once we've enlarged the cat with our fingers the way we want it, how do we set it?
So then you're going to click on your arrow right at the top.
Yeah.
And that should set it. And it should no longer be glowing blue.
But I cannot crop it.
Do you mind if you can hold up your screen for me so I can take a look?
Yeah.
Here, hold on.
Okay.
Diana, give me just a second. I'm spotlighting you. There you go.
Try, do you see like on the edges of your image, there's these little like blue circles?
Yeah, no, I know how to crop and I'm using those. And the only thing that happens is that the whole picture gets smaller.
The whole picture gets smaller?
Mm-hmm. But it doesn't crop.
Oh, wait.
Does not crop.
The whole image gets smaller.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I know what you're talking about. Do you think you could show me while holding it up?
Yeah. So if I do this, I grab the corner to make it smaller. The whole picture gets smaller.
Oh yeah. So you're actually gonna make it bigger.
Make it all the way bigger so it takes over canvas.
But I want to crop the picture.
Just
with so you're gonna.
We're not cropping the picture?
Yes, but make it now a portrait. Rotate it with the fingers and make it as big as you want with the fingers. The cat.
So right now you're working with it as a portrait like this, right?
Yes, I turned it, but I still get the whole picture.
Yep, so now.
Use your fingers.
I am.
I'm gonna show you how to do it again. So it helps if you make your canvas a little bit smaller.
Okay.
I would zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
Now I'm going to insert my photo again. So it's a landscape.
Yeah.
Okay. So now that it's inserted like this,
yeah,
I'm going to make it bigger and bigger, and everything that goes outside the canvas will be cropped. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now how do I get that to set? So I just click the arrow again?
Yep. So click on that arrow and now it should be set.
Okay. Of course the pen doesn't work. Okay.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to delete this one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our color palettes. So I'm just clicking on my colors.
Okay.
And now I'm going to look at the pictures on my color palette and my picture here. And I want to make sure that I want to get all of the colors that I'm going to use. So if I don't have enough oranges, what I can do is hold my finger down the screen and it's going to bring up this color sampling tool.
Only the cat is covered by the palette. Okay, I put it sideways so I can do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys getting that?
Sorry, I didn't get the last part. Can you repeat the last part? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries at all. So all I'm doing is I'm just taking my finger and I'm holding it onto the screen. I hold for about a second or two, and it's going to bring up this little sampling tool.
It doesn't bring it up.
Okay.
Oh, for me, it just
the arrow is still.
Mine is painting green, like the color I used to have there. Oh.
Try, instead of doing that, there's a little box on the side that's in between your sliding dials.
Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
Try clicking on that. Does that bring it up?
Yeah.
No, okay. Hold on. I don't see that.
Okay.
The square between the sliders.
But I have not. Yeah. Oh, I see.
Do you find it?
No, because the sliders are not there anymore. So since I flipped my canvas.
Your sliders aren't there anymore?
No. Look at this.
Interesting. Let me see. Why wouldn't I not be there? I'm not sure why they're not showing up for you. Do you mind if I see it one more time?
Oh, so this is like this without having called up.
Okay. Yeah, so what I would do now is just click your arrow again. Right now you're in that like selection tool area.
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
Yep.
Totally fixed it. Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect.
And how do we add it to the palette?
So I have my little sampling
And
tool.
finger.
Is that working for everyone now?
Yeah.
Yep.
But your cat is much more orange than mine.
Oh, I bet that's why your palette's turning out differently.
Mm-hmm.
Should we make it vivid?
Yeah, that's interesting that mine's more orange because it should be the same image. Let me check out your guys's, see if it's showing up that way on my side too. Interesting. I don't know why mine is looking more saturated because it is the same image. It should be, I believe, okay. It might just look a little bit less saturated than this one. But so I'm gonna do.
Sorry, I'm berating my cats for not chasing the flies.
Okay.
But can't we just make colors as we go along, as we did before?
Make colors? We will eventually.
Oh, okay.
So, but once you've done with your finger, what do you do?
So once you find your little selector, you're going to hover it over the color that you want to sample.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this, maybe this orange tone, and I'm going to pick up, and it should have that color.
Or as simple as that.
But where does it land? Where does it land? Because it doesn't land in my palette.
Yep. So now what we're going to do is you're going to go up here. Do you see that little circle?
Yeah.
Right.
That's that color.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold the color. Come on.
Oh, and then it goes to my green that I used to have.
It goes to your green.
Yeah, I had the green color on before. I hate it.
Okay.
Okay, I go back to my tool.
It goes to your green. I am not sure why it's going to green.
And now I get, yeah, it's really weird.
Okay. I'm gonna see, I wanna make sure this is working here. Let me just try this real quick. Come on. Come on. It's not working for me. I'm not sure why.
It's not working for me either. If I try to drag the color to the palette, it doesn't do.
Yeah. I'm not sure why it's not working for me either.
But we can create colors of a way, right? With a wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And once we have it up in the corner, what do we do?
It's not working for me. Usually I drag it, but for some reason it's not working. So I think for today, we're gonna, instead of doing that, we're just gonna alter our colors as they come up, and I'll walk you guys through that.
Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll figure that out, and next week I'll show you how to do it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So Emma, could you remind me, what is it, 2 or 3 fingers to undo what you did? I accidentally drew on my cat.
Oh, it's 2 fingers.
2 fingers will undo like your last few strokes.
Mm-hmm. You just want to tap the screen. Okay. Did it work?
Yeah. I had the same problem, Lisa, as I
yeah.
But I wrote down 2 fingers undo and 3 fingers redo.
Yeah, are you guys ready to start outlining your cat?
Yes.
Okay.
That should be on a new layer, right?
Yep, so I'll go over that too. So in between your eraser and your color, there's going to be a button of like 2 boxes on top of each other. And if I click on that, that's going to show me my layers. And on each layer, there's these little check marks. Do you guys see those?
Leah?
If I tap those check marks, it's going to hide them or show them.
Leah? Because Diana is highlighted.
Can you not see it?
Leah's not there.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, shit, yeah, you need me like you need a hole in the head.
Here.
Let's follow
you see
Diana.
it
There.
Is my screen big here? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you see these check marks here?
Yeah.
Are they working for everybody?
Yes.
No, I'm
Perfect.
sorry.
So that
I didn't get to layers. What do you click on to get to layers?
So layers is going to be between your eraser and your colors.
Oh, got it.
2 squares.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So when I hide a layer by clicking on the check marks, it's not deleting it or anything like that, but it's just if I want to see what's below it, that kind of thing. And I use that actually quite a bit, and we'll use it today too. But this is how you hide layers. If I hide this layer, I can see all of our sample stuff that we were doing earlier today. And I can delete that if I want. So to do that, I'm gonna select my layer just by tapping on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn it blue. And then I'm gonna swipe over to the left. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
I'll do it again. It's gonna give me some options, and I'm gonna click delete. Is that working?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Perfect. So we want to make sure that our outline layer is going to be on our outline is going to be on a separate layer than our cat image.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really important because it's really easy to accidentally draw on your image, and then you're going to run into some issues. So this part's super, super important. So what I'm going to do now is there's a little plus sign right at the top. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to click on the plus sign. And it's going to give me a new layer. It's going to call it layer 2. And I'm going to relabel my layer so we can all make sure we have the right layers. So to do that, I'm going to click on the layer again. And it brings up a bunch of options. Do you guys have those?
Yeah.
Cool. And at the very top, it's going to say rename.
Okay.
And then click on that. And then I can write the new name. So if you have an iPad, I guess everyone has an iPad. If it has like the right update, it's going to let you write the new title. And I love and hate this feature because it's pretty handy, but also it never seems to understand my handwriting. But to do this,
but I have a keyboard.
Oh, that's easier. I would just type into your keyboard then.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't give up the keyboard as an option. But if I scribble out layer, just like that, it's going to erase it. And then I can scribble it out. Come on. No, it's not. Come on.
What do we call it?
I'm going to call my layer outline.
Oh.
And then it's going to change it.
Okay.
Okay. And then I'm going to show you guys this. I don't want you to follow along with this part, but I just want to show you why this is important that we have another layer here.
So when we click it, does it save? If we click the blue again, does it save that new name?
Yep. So if you click anywhere outside of your box, it should set it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So you guys don't have to do this, but I just want to show you guys this. This is why we do it. So when you have a layer selected, it's going to highlight blue. So if I select my picture layer, and let's say that I start outlining my cat.
But are you do that on the inserted image?
That's something we don't want to do, right?
Yeah, this is what I don't want to do. So if I'm outlining my cat, and then I just want to look at my outline, I can't. It's attached to that image of the cat. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
So what I want to be able to do, I'm just going to undo everything, is if I go to my new layer, which is outline, and I make sure it's highlighted blue,
yeah,
and I do the same thing where I outline, then I have that separately.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I'm going to erase this. And now everybody, if that's working, make sure it's on your outline layer. You just want to go through and start outlining your cat.
Okay.
With brush should we use for this?
I'm using the same brush we used before, but I turned the pen size down so it's smaller. Right down.
So
here.
which was the one you were using before? Sorry, I forgot.
Oberon.
The Oberon under drawing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we go to very thin line.
Mm-hmm. I changed it to a thin line right over here.
And
it's about,
thin?
I'd say, let me see. I'm using it about like 2%.
Okay.
It's pretty small.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
then
then
I'm
color,
also,
we have to change the color to another color.
Yes.
You could change.
I just did that.
Mm-hmm. I'm using black. You can do a different color too. And then I'm making sure that my opacity, which is this one down here, I want that to be all the way up. I want it to look really dark.
Okay.
And now it's just tracing. And I'm just trying to do areas of like big color changes. If you guys want to see what your outline looks like so far, you can go back to your layers and just hide the image and take a look about what it looks like and see if it's looking how you want it.
I hate this part because this is where I get put out of a job. Why would anybody want to learn to draw when you can trace it just as easily?
Yeah, well, you will not be put out of a job.
Thanks, Diana. Like, oh God.
I just feel like the nice part about drawing, like instead of tracing, is that like, I don't know, you get to see like everybody's interpretations of it.
Bye.
Like I feel like it has like a little bit more personality like to the drawer, because every person's gonna like focus on a different part of the image that they think is interesting. They're gonna have like different line weights. So I feel like drawing still applies as like something important.
Listen, it's a skill. It's like It's like learning a language. So it's a totally different. I'm joking mostly. I'm just.
But so these lines that are so dark, won't they show later?
No.
If the lines end up being distracting, we are going to cover them up. But the good news is if like we're painting and we decide we don't like the lines, we can just delete them after, or we can hide them.
Okay.
So
oh yeah,
just...
we can take it away this layer.
Yes.
Yeah, I get it.
And that made me think of a question. Can you edit within a layer also, Emma? So you don't even have to remove the whole layer. You just go back to the layer and take off the one or two lines that you want. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
So that makes a difference.
Mm-hmm.
But my pen is so useless. My pen is super useless. And it is charged and is connected. Here comes the finger. No, it doesn't do it anymore. Oh, I'm at, this is weird. I'm suddenly at erase.
Well, that would make your pen useless.
Yeah. But how did I get there?
Do you have a pen that has like the top that you can take off?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
did
it-
that before.
Hmm.
And now it wants me to choose the stroke. I'm gonna do it again. It worked. It wasn't
Okay.
connected to Bluetooth last time, but it can't just unconnect itself, I guess. Oh, now it works again. I unscrewed it and screwed it on again.
Okay.
But that's annoying.
Another line I'm going to add to my outline. Right now it looks something like this. I've outlined my cat in those areas
Oh,
of light
wow.
on the floor. I'm also going to I'm going to draw a straight line that lines up with these panels of wood. And it'll make sense why later on. But I'll show you guys how to have a line become automatically straight. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to kind of loosely follow this straight line on the wood,
Okay.
like that. And then if I just hold it, do you see that?
Yeah.
It automatically snaps into a straight line.
Oh my God. It's amazing.
Can you repeat that, please?
Pretty handy. Yeah. So I'm going to follow this line on my drawing of the wood panels. And then if I just hold my pen, it's going to automatically snap to like a straight line. And then I can make sure
It doesn't do for me. How do I hold the pen?
So, but why do we want that straight line?
Oh, it'll make sense later. I promise.
Do we need to do this? It's only for the light, right? Because we're not going to do the floor.
It's what?
I mean, we're not going to do this floor
Okay.
panel, sorry. It's just for the light.
I'll explain it later. I promise it will make sense. It's not working for yours, Mariana?
No, it doesn't. It does allow me to do the normal line, but not to convert it into a straight line.
It does actually for me.
Yeah, it is for me too.
It's not converting to a straight line?
No.
Okay. And so you select this way, draw, and then hold. Is
Okay.
this?
Oh,
So
got it.
I'm
I got it. All right.
Perfect. We don't have to worry about this yet, but you can do this with any, like a lot of other shapes. If I do like a loose circle and I hold, it'll also make
A real
circle.
circle.
You just have to wait until it shows you the straight line for continuing.
Oh, the outline looks good.
About Procreate is that this is the interesting thing about it. It seems like it's really easy to get in and out of things because it's so touch sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm just struck by it myself. By the way, Emma, Rashmi sent hers across because I don't think she's got video now.
Oh, I see it. That looks perfect. That is exactly what you want. If you want, Rashmi, you can also add a line here and we'll use that later on as well.
Yeah, I'm adding that.
Perfect. That looks really good. If anybody else wants to send their outlines over when they're ready, I can take a look too.
Yeah.
The eraser is weird because you think you're erasing one part, but it erases the rest as well.
It erases the rest?
So I erased the top of the head and it erased the ears too.
Oh, it might be like your eraser is really big. So you can adjust the size maybe a little bit smaller.
Yes. So now I get to redo.
I see Lisa's. Yes, that looks good.
Yay.
Woo! Are you liking using the iPad now that you don't have to do it with your hand?
Yes, much
Yeah.
better than the phone. I mean, I love the pencil.
You have a cat.
There's no iPhone that lets you use a pencil, is there? I don't think there is.
Not that I know of. I don't think so.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
No, no. I mean, till 13, they don't let you use a pencil.
That would be awesome. Just as a journalist for note taking, that's my dream.
Yes.
That I can take my notes on my phone and not have a stack of notebooks. It will work on the iPad. I played around with a notepad and taking notes, but it'd be nice.
It's definitely.
How does it work to take notes on the iPad?
It works. It's like Emma said, like it converts it to typing. Like you start writing and it converts it to typing.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
But it's not always perfect.
Yeah,
but it's pretty good. Actually, but it would just be better if it was, your phone. It would be smaller and easier to hold in your hand.
Yeah, but then you can't use your own shorthand, your own abbreviations and stuff. You have to write out stuff if you.
That's a good point. That's true.
Because I think when you take notes, no one writes out the words.
Right.
You have your own form of shorthand.
That's true.
It's kind of crazy. In college, I'd say about a third of the students don't bring notebooks to class and everyone just brings iPads. And so you can actually download like note-taking apps. Like this is my note-taking app. I'll show you. It's actually pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
Notes during class. Right on here.
Wow. No more handwriting for anything.
Yeah. And this app actually has like a little microphone. It's kind of crazy.
What's the name of it?
Question. Emma, do you have like a screen on your iPad?
Yeah, here, I'll get to that. So the screen is like a paper textured screen. And then I use Notability. And it has like a little microphone so I can record lectures and it like keeps track of it with the notes. It's pretty crazy.
That's really cool.
Well then, I don't understand. Do you have like a physical film on your iPad?
I do. So actually, I think I have.
Because I hate the feel of a pencil on the glass.
Yes, I had some issues with that as well. I eventually got used to it, but I just got a film protector this year that I actually really like. I'll show you. This is what it looks like.
Hold on, I'm not seeing you. What is it called? Paper feel. Oh, great.
It looks just like this.
Does it need something around it to hold it? Or could you just apply it?
So I just applied it like a normal screen protector. And I think I bought this one off Amazon for $12 and it gave me
That's perfect.
Yeah, I really like it. It makes it feel like you're actually sketching on a piece of paper.
Exactly, because I don't like
it has a little more friction.
Kind of hard and slippery.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
that's really useful. We need that.
This
after we've cleaned our iPads.
So dirty. We like our cabins. So anything that will help.
Yeah, and like Leah said, if I try to clean like a little smudge off my screen, I end up changing to an eraser or something. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I see more. Okay.
Billy,
Sandra, that's looking good.
Look, your mom's is looking good.
Looking good, Mom. Is this your sketch on a separate layer?
Who are you asking?
Oh, my mom.
Yes, mine is.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, these look good.
You guys are killing it. This is so fun.
And how do we, we just unclick the inserted image to show the outline?
Yes.
Yep, so there's a little check mark.
Then mine doesn't show because my background color is black.
And click for background color.
Okay, so there, let's make it white. Make it something. No, doesn't change.
Your background
what about if you unclick
black?
the background color? It's just a layer.
Yeah, I'm clicking that and it says background. And
so the only you should have 3 layers, and the only one the only one ticked should be the outline.
Okay. Now I get. Oh no, the background color is unchecked, and the only one is the cat outline, and it's on the black.
Mind if I
yeah,
if I see the screen?
But it won't show. It looks like that.
Okay, so your background color is unclicked right now. So if I unclick mine, it's gonna look something like this.
Yeah.
So to change your color of your background, you click on it.
Yeah.
It's gonna open up all of your colors.
Oh, now it became white. Huh. So weird. So now I can hold up my cat and show my cat.
Perfect.
Need to
that looks good.
Very good.
Very good. Okay. Are you guys ready to start doing some painting?
Yes.
Perfect. I'm excited to show you this part. I think Leah will be very distressed when she finds out how easy this part is.
I want to point out that you guys are just at the same point that you would be in any painting class. We usually spend the first hour on the drawing, and that's where we
Soon we'll be able to do it in 5 minutes.
Well, we didn't do a drawing. We traced the picture.
Even if we traced, it was hard.
All right. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this wooden background into my image. Well, actually, let's add a reference photo like we did last week, so we can look at the photo while we draw.
Okay. So
before we get too far. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on the little wrench right at the top.
Okay.
Does everyone get that?
Yep.
And then we're going to go to canvas.
Yep.
And then towards the bottom, you're going to have a little section that says reference.
Yep.
And it has like a little on and off switch. And we're going to turn it on.
Okay.
And it's going
the reference becomes my sketch now.
Yep. So
and the problem is it's sideways. How do we flip? Oh, we can just, how do we flip it?
If it's sideways,
yes, so
are we going to have the, aren't we going to have the image?
The wrong way.
Oh, you can change the rotation of your image, I believe. Let's find out.
Not let me.
Your image is sideways. That is interesting. Is the image in your camera roll sideways?
It was a landscape, and now I'm working in portrait.
Well, what I mean is, aren't we going to have the photo as a reference?
We will eventually.
Oh, okay.
Let's try this first. So let's go to image. So if I click on it, it's going to bring up some options. Is it doing that for you guys?
When we click on what?
On our little bubble that just popped up.
Yeah, and we click on image on that one.
And click on image.
Yeah.
And then you're going to click the button in the center that says import image.
Hold on, I don't have image.
So if you just click on your box, it's going to bring up those options.
I got it. Yeah, so I have to click in the second place. Yep.
So import image. And I can import
that's
that
it.
photo. And now you can zoom in and out. You can also rotate it however you want.
Okay.
And now this is just...
But the guide is still landscape size.
You can zoom in.
The guide is still landscape. So how do we click that one? The black.
The guide?
Yes, so the little box is horizontal.
Yeah.
As opposed
Does it
to
look
yours,
like this?
vertical.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. We can make it smaller. Got it. Thank you.
Yep. So if you grab the little bottom corner on the right,
yeah,
it'll let you change that dimension however you like.
No, it doesn't. Oh, yes, it does.
Okay. So, and now do we need to set it?
No. So now it's all set. It's ready to go. And if it's kind of in like an awkward place, like if it's right here and you want to be drawing right here, there's this little, I'll look this up, this is little gray line at the top. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
If I grab that gray line, I can then move it anywhere on my screen.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So I believe now we're actually ready to paint.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layers, click on it there. And then I'm going to click on my plus sign. Does everybody have a new layer?
The cat outline?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we're going to add one. Okay.
Going to add one.
Layer 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And now what we're going to do is we want to be able to see our pencil drawing on top of our layer, because this layer is going to be our floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change how they're ordered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down this layer 3.
Yeah.
And if you can see now, I can drag it around.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put it underneath the outline.
Okay.
So what this is doing, I'll show you here. You don't have to do this part, but if I have red on this layer,
yeah,
if it's above my outline, it's going to cover up my lines. If it's below, you can see them on top.
Okay.
Do it again.
So it doesn't seem to move.
Yeah, same here.
Oh, yes, it's moving now. Thank you. You need
not
to kind of move
moving.
it sideways first before you move it down.
Is it not working for you, Rashmi?
I'll try.
Try moving it sideways before you move it down.
All I'm doing is I'm using, I don't know if it works with your pen. It might. No, I think you have to do it with your finger. I think you hold it down with your finger. And
you
then,
have to hold it for at least several seconds.
Yeah, I'd hold it for a few seconds.
Okay.
If you guys want.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
I just want to mention, I'm really appreciating listening to how you all are starting to work. It's really cool to listen to you all start to work as a group. You're all like figuring it out, then you're helping. It's really great. Just observing. I like it.
It's nice because like a lot of this, I've been using it long enough, feels very like intuitive to me. So like a lot of it feels like it, like I wouldn't think to not like hold it for a long time, if that makes sense, because I've been doing it a long time. It's nice to know.
We'll
Cool. Do you guys, yeah. Have you guys all gotten your floor layer down? Perfect, okay. I'm just gonna erase this real quick.
So layer 3, is that what we're calling floor or?
We're calling it paint?
I called it
floor.
floor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Rename. Okay.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna sample a color. So I usually like to do this with the paint palette, but because we couldn't add colors onto a paint palette, I think this will be easiest. So what I'm gonna do is I can click this box here and pull up that sampling tool, or I can hold it down and it'll actually let me take colors from my reference photo. Do you see that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take this kind of dark brown shadow underneath my cat.
Right.
And it should make that kind of brown now.
Oh.
That was, let's see if that's working for us. Ah. No, what happened here? It doesn't go to the picture. It goes to...
Oh, let me see. Yeah, try doing it, instead of clicking the box, try the holding it down with your finger instead.
Okay. So should we move around now to sample the colors or?
Yep, I took this brown that's like underneath the cat, this little shadow over here.
Yeah.
And then it should have that color sampled.
And now we have to change the brush. But if we do, are we putting this over the cat? No.
Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna cover my whole screen with this dark brown.
Emma, wait a little bit. I cannot make the little circle to go to the reference photo.
Did you click on the box to get your circle?
Okay.
The box at the side, on the side. Yes.
But now I can't see the outlines of my cat.
Okay, 1 second. I'll help you here. I'm gonna go over how to sample this color. So
I can see the circle, but I cannot make the circle to go on top of the reference photo.
Okay. So if you get your little circle using this box, it's not gonna sample from the photo. But if you hold down your finger on the box, then it should.
Okay. Oh, I got it. Oh, got it. Okay.
Got it? Perfect. Yeah. And then what was that, Diana?
I can't see my reference outline through the...
Is your layer on top of your outline?
Yeah.
So I would move that floor below the outline.
I did that. No, no, it's below.
It's a bit opaque.
So if I change the opaqueness, maybe?
Maybe. Could I see your screen?
Yeah, look, mine is like that as well.
Interesting. Okay. And can you guys open up your layers?
Yes.
So I can see what your layers look like.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see it. So on you, Sarah, your floor layer is above your outline, so it's going to hide it.
Mine.
But no, look, it says, look at the way that they're labeled. Sorry.
Yes, they're labeled correctly, but even if the floor
is below.
Yeah. So you want to hold that floor down and drag it below the outline. Whatever.
I did that and it still looks like this.
Okay, I can help you here in just a second, Diana. I want to figure this out with...
I did the color on the outline as opposed to on the floor.
You did the color. Oh,
so I'll
it's
delete.
not on a separate layer.
I don't know what happened. I hope I don't delete the cat. Okay, I'm fine now. So now the floor should be highlighted before we do that color thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, how is yours going, Deanna? Can I look at that real quick? Okay, can you do me a favor and hide your floor layer and show it again?
And it's the cat.
You can see the cat. Is your pen color the same color as the outline by any chance? Or like the...
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So that might be your issue.
Oh, so what do I do now? I erase the floor color. Yeah, I did dark brown outline.
Okay.
You're right.
So it might just not be showing because it's the same color on top of each other.
Okay.
Yeah, I would change that color to be something a little bit different.
So how do I do that now that it's... So I just click this with 2 fingers till it disappears?
If you just select your floor layer,
Yeah.
you can paint right over top of it with a different color.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that works.
Perfect.
But now, but now it's not the color I want. But that's fine.
Okay, okay. So now we're going to start to add this wood floor texture. So I'm going to go back to my layers and I'm going to add a new layer. Is that working for you guys?
Mm-hmm. Sort of. It's not quite your color, but I suppose it will do.
Okay.
So now you add a new layer. Okay.
And you move it below the floor?
Actually, I want it on top of my floor.
Okay.
Okay. Does everyone have that new layer? Perfect. So I'm going to click out of there. And this is where I think Leah might be a little upset. This feels a little bit like cheating.
Although there's something wrong. So, you know where the settings are on the left, these sliding bars. It doesn't seem to color there.
It doesn't seem to color there?
No, so look at my floor. It doesn't, it shows but it's not colored there. Can you see?
Oh, so I might, yeah. I wonder if, did you color it in by hand?
Yes.
If you zoom out, you might be able to see the whole canvas. And then you can just cover it up.
Thank you, thank you. So yes, there's a part of a canvas that wasn't working. I wasn't seeing it.
All right. So I'm going to now click onto my brushes. And I'm going to double click it so I get all of my options here. And then I believe it's under materials. Oh, it's not. Textures. It's under textures. And I'm going to click on wood.
Textures. There is textures, yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys have that selected?
And this is a new outline that lives above the floor or below the floor? Oh no.
This one lives above the floor.
Okay, got it.
I had the same question.
So, now that
it's called
wood pen is selected.
Call it wood.
You can.
Emma, how do you get it to go under? I can't get mine to go under.
What are you trying to get to go under?
To make the subheading underneath the floor.
Is it like arranging the layers?
Yeah, it's not tucking it under. I didn't get a new group.
Okay. Oh, mine, I don't actually want it to be a new group, but it's full.
Oh, so don't worry about that. Okay.
Don't worry about that.
So we're choosing wood?
Yes, we're choosing wood.
Sorry, I can't remember where it lives. The wood.
Under materials. Oh, sorry, it's under textures.
Textures, thank you. Great.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sample a wood color, but I'm going to choose a lighter toned one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to select my pen size to 45%.
Oh, to 45.
What that is.
Ah, shit. Okay.
What is happening?
And the opacity?
And I'm going to keep my opacity is about 75%. Actually, yeah, 75%. I'm actually going to increase my wood size a little bit to 75. And then I can run it across my page and get something like this.
Wow. So, but first we have to choose a color, huh?
Yep, I chose that lighter brown.
And did we just click on the picture to get the color?
Yep.
It doesn't change up there. Yeah, it did. Now it's almost white. Mine is almost white.
So maybe try picking like a more darker brown. I did one that's like, if I zoom into my cat here, I chose one that was in this tone right by his like side.
Oh, that side. Yeah, okay. So I can change this because this became very white.
Yeah.
And Emma, I'm sorry, I missed which brush it is.
Oh, so if I go to textures,
okay,
and then it's wood.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And the size is about 75%. And so is the opacity. They're both about 75.
Got it.
Is there an easy way to change the color? Like my underneath layer was too light.
Oh yeah, so you can go back to your layers, select
to the
floor,
Uh-huh.
And you can choose a new color. So maybe you choose like a different color. And then you could paint on that new color if you wanted.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, and you might want to use a different brush if you have that wood one selected still.
It didn't matter.
You can always go back and alter your layers at any point in time. Just pretty nice. So you kind of work on everything simultaneously.
This is super cool. I think I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that fancy? It feels kind of like cheating.
Leo's not here. You're right. She would go crazy. She looks like she's stepping away.
Oh, I'm here. I think it's excellent because I like it that you guys can see the connection between what we're doing by hand, right, and what the computer is doing. I was actually just thinking, because I'm listening as Emma's talking about the layering, how this is a little bit like painting now. If you're right, like I heard someone say, I'm going to make my background darker, you know, my underlayers darker. I'm like all of those things make more sense. So I think we're in good shape.
Yeah. I tried to approach drawing on the iPad as much as like approach like painting on a canvas. Because sometimes the iPad has like too many options. So like giving myself restrictions helps. But it is really nice that you can like change layers at any time. Are you guys ready to move on to the next step here?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so this is another one that I think Leah might be a little upset by. So if I click the arrow up at the top, it's going to select this wood texture that I'm on.
Yeah.
I have to make sure that I'm on that wood layer. So if you've been changing other layers, make sure that that wood layer is highlighted and click on that arrow.
Where are we now? Where are we now? We're at the arrow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm at the same place. Sorry.
Okay. So now I'm going to click on the bottom. It has some options like freeform, uniform, distort, warp. I'm going to click on distort.
Ew, that sounds brave.
And now that line that we added, this is when we're going to use this. So what we can do is start picking up these points, and it's going to change the perspective of our canvas.
We want to do that.
Because we want to change the perspective of our wood to make it look like it's going across the floor.
Oh, got it.
So where did we pick it up?
So where do we pick it up?
Yeah, could you show that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that we understand why we're doing this.
So I know that the floor is slanting this way by looking at my photograph. And I want to make sure that the lines of these wood panels, by the time I'm done, matches up with this line that we drew.
Okay.
To make sure it's the right perspective. So the first thing I want to do is I want to make it look like it's kind of aiming that way. So I'm just bringing in this corner to the side.
Okay.
This is a new layer?
No, this is on that wood layer.
But I can't get to the I can't get to the corner because I have my cat there, my reference photos. I need to move the reference photo, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you can go ahead and move that.
I had to do that too.
Mm-hmm.
And now I have to move the reference photo again.
And then what I can do is I can pinch this photo and make it bigger or smaller. And I'm gonna pinch it and I'm gonna rotate it.
Triangle now. Mine is a triangle. Is that wrong?
That's totally fine. That is a-okay. So all I did with my little shape here is I'm zooming in and I'm turning it clockwise.
Oh, but then I've done something wrong. Then I have done something wrong because this is what mine looks like.
Okay, so are you adjusting that background layer? Or are you adjusting the wood on top?
I'm hoping I'm adjusting the wood. I don't know.
When you're moving the little like corners around, is the wood changing or is the color behind it changing?
The color behind it is changing.
So you're altering a different layer right now. So okay. I would undo until you have it back to how it was. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I go to layers.
And then
I'm at the second floor layer. I am on the second floor layer. Should I take out?
Okay. You want to be selected on the layer that has your wood texture.
Yeah, that is the second floor layer.
Okay, so is it highlighted blue?
Yeah.
Okay, try doing the same thing now with that layer.
But that was the layer I had.
Is your background like that brown?
Yeah, I have, now it's like picture in picture. Oh shit, something happened. I don't know what happened. I'm painting now. I'm in paint. I need to.
Okay, so.
Sorry. I need to be on the arrow, right?
Yep, you want to click on the arrow.
Yeah. And how do I get the whole picture smaller like yours?
Before I clicked on the arrow.
Okay.
If you have your arrow selected, it's going to do some other stuff. So make sure that your arrow is not selected.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I've already distorted my picture.
You can undo it, right? If you go double tap it.
It's actually, I can, I guess. I don't know what. Oh, there's always something. Okay, so now when I'm in the picture in picture, can I make the picture smaller, the one we're painting on?
No. Can you say that again?
Can I make it? It's filling out the whole screen, so I need to make it smaller. How do I make it?
So, yeah, but you want to make sure that your arrow is not selected. Is your arrow not selected?
I'm in picture in picture.
And now you just pinch the screen.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But my picture is still distorted because my paint is on another background layer. It's
your picture is still distorted?
Yeah, because I have, look how the floor layer is just on part of the picture.
Okay.
Sorry that
I'm not sure what happened there. It must have been when you were altering the different layer.
Okay, so I should go to my layer first and fix that.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. No.
Is it working for everybody else?
Yeah, I sent mine over. I think I got it.
Oh, I see it. Yes, that looks good. Okay, perfect.
Very cool.
Yeah. All right.
How did you get that area of light behind the cat's head?
Oh, that's just a glare on my screen. That's not actually. Yeah.
Did I choose color again? I need to go to the, I am in wood. I am in wood. And I'm a little bit behind because of my distortion here.
Yeah, so do you have the floor layer, and then I can rename mine and call it wood layer?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I'm redoing
and you're
okay. I'm redoing it so it's filling up the whole frame.
Okay.
And all my shades goes away that I had already put in. Okay.
Emma,
Mm-hmm.
I just sent you mine. I think while doing it, I missed the bottom a bit at the bottom. So how do I fix that? How do I cover that?
Yeah, I can show you how to do that. I haven't seen your photo real quick. I just want to see it before I tell you what to do here.
Okay. I just sent it across the thread.
Oh, I see it. So it's missing something at the bottom, is what you said?
Yes, I missed it because the picture was too big and I didn't see that there was a part missing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can go back to your arrow like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just drag it down a little bit farther.
Okay.
Did that work?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So now I have another question. Is this how it's supposed to be?
I believe I'm seeing some like darker shades.
Yeah, like, I know it's screwed up. It's screwed up.
Yes, that looks good. Okay, I understand. That looks good.
So now when it's at this direction, what do I do? Because it's all sideways.
Mm-hmm. So now you just want to kind of zoom in and have it fill your screen and make sure that the perspective line.
But you know, my box is sideways now. It's outside.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yep. So if you just make your box a little bit bigger, it should be fine.
But your box is following the picture. Mine is in a total different angle.
Mine looked like that too, but because I've deselected and gone back into it, it's updated.
Okay.
So yours, yeah.
So what do I do? How do I deselect?
You want to make your box larger first and then deselect after.
But so how do I deselect the box?
Is it taking up your whole screen now?
Yeah, it's like this.
Okay, so now I think I've got the same problem. So now you're just going to click that blue arrow to deselect it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Did that work?
I think I walked the wrong layer. So how do I get it back?
Oh, this is so shitty.
You worked the wrong layer. Are you talking about the
floor as opposed to the wood? How do I get the floor back?
Okay, it might be easier just to repaint the floor real quick.
Yeah, and I'm doing that, and the floor, when I do that, it goes back in the straight direction.
Oh, you want to do that with just like a paintbrush, not the wood texture. So you can go back.
Oh, I've already done it, so now I have to redo everything.
You can undo it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Okay. I just wanted to take it, but you know, the wood texture is going straight up for me, even though I did that.
Okay, so did you do the warping section with the little blue arrow?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, but when you undid
I did distort. I did distort, as you said.
Yep, yep. Did you, when you were undoing it, did it like revert back to how it was?
Oh, maybe that's what happened. Yeah. Okay.
Try redoing it, seeing.
Maybe we should have forgotten about the floor and just tried to do the cats.
Yeah, this is somewhat annoying, but I guess I have to.
Would you guys like to work on the cat and we can come back to the floor
it's
later?
too late now, lost on the floor.
Now I'm, it's.
A question, Emma.
Got it.
If I try to enlarge the floor, it's going to just make the pattern too wide. How can I keep the size of the floor and just widen? If I do this.
Okay, let me see. I think it might just be like a bunch of like little fiddling with that perspective till it looks right. I think for now, it's okay if the wood panels look a little bit bigger than they are in the photo.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry too much about that yet because I think it would be a little complicated to fix. Do you guys want to start working?
Yeah, can we work on the cat?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'm gonna go to my layers.
Okay.
And I'm gonna add a new layer. And this layer, I want it to be underneath the outline still. Is it that way for you guys?
Yep.
Perfect. And I'm gonna call this layer underpainting. Okay. So I want to make sure that I'm on that layer, that it's selected blue.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go out.
And so I have that one selected. Are the others deselected or not?
The others should be deselected then.
Thank you.
But my floor goes in the wrong direction, even though I switched it to follow that.
Yeah, I think for now, let's work on the cat and we can come back to that later. So let's go to our paintbrush.
Okay.
And I want to make sure that I'm going to go to, I believe it was drawing in the Operon one again.
Okay.
Make sure that one's selected. I'm a big fan. I love to do my underpaintings in like hot pinks and reds. My personal preference. So I'm gonna.
And what percentage of the brush and the opaqueness?
We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Emma, where's the layer at? Is it above the outline or below?
It's below the outline.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Is where it is? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, it is below the outline and above the floor. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go to my colors and I'm going to choose, I can move, if I'm on classic, I can move this outside circle to something more like red and pink.
I don't get the circle on classic. I just get the square.
Oh, sorry. It's disc, not classic. My bad there.
Okay.
And then the inside circle, I'm going to move it somewhere up here. And I'll zoom in a little bit so you guys can see where my circles are at.
Mm-hmm.
Is that working?
I know.
Yeah, mine's just a little pinker. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Can you open it again, Emma, please, to see the color again?
Oh, yes. Let me do that real quick. You guys see it okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go to my brush settings now, I'm gonna make my brush. Let me see. Sometimes I like to like play around and see what size I like. I think 22% is a good size. And I have my opacity all the way up. And then I'm just gonna fill in my cat. I absolutely love doing hot pink underpaintings. I don't know why. They're my favorite.
We're following your lead.
Because I trained you to like them.
Oranges too are really nice.
I printed you when you were a baby bird.
If you guys are like me and you have some areas that like some colors peeking out, I instead of like trying to undo it a bunch, I like just to go to my eraser and then I'll just erase it.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea.
Do you guys have some hot pink cats too?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I need to use my eraser first.
Okay. Sorry, I know this sounds not very pretty. Blowing my nose.
It's okay. We've had colds too in our past.
Yeah. When you guys are ready to move on, do you want to give me a thumbs up?
Yeah. I'm erasing hot pink.
Okay. Sounds good.
Because apparently it's easy to be sloppy when you fill in.
Yeah.
But I guess a little glow around the cat doesn't hurt at the end.
Yeah. And you can always go back later and add or take away some of that at a different time too. Because our cat's going to go outside the outline a little bit too, because we're going to add a little bit of fluff.
Yeah, okay, in that case, I'm done.
Okay. Yes, I love seeing the hot pink cats. These look good.
Thanks.
Is everybody ready to move on?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, perfect. So I'm now going to go back to my layers. And I'm going to add a new one on top of the underpainting.
And what are we calling this one?
And I'm going to rename this one color blocking.
And then, Emma, is this still under, where is it? Where are you putting it?
I'm about to move it here. So I'm going to move this one above the outline.
Okay.
So it should be the one at the, Mm-hmm.
So this one is going to be the top one?
Yes.
Yep, it's going to be the very top one.
Okay.
Does everybody have that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm now going to go back to my brush, make sure that that's selected. And then I can start filling in my colors. So
And now we have the same settings on the brush?
So far, yeah. I don't want my brush to be too small right now because we're in this color blocking stage.
We were at 22 or?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yes, 22.
Okay, and the opaqueness at the top still?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. So now I can sample, maybe I'll take the white from the chest of my cat. So I'm just taking it from that reference photo like we did before.
Mm-hmm.
And now I can start blocking in those colors. And you guys will notice that the lighter that you push, the more transparent it'll be.
Oh shit, this is far too big. I have to have a bigger, smaller size.
Okay.
Still too big.
So all I'm doing here is I'm gonna sample a color from my photo, and then I'm gonna bring it over to my painting and draw the rough shape of where that color is at. At this stage, I like to err on the side of having a larger brush. It's gonna force me to pay attention to like the big shapes and not get too caught up in the details quite yet, because we'll be doing that on other layers.
But it's easily spilling over if you're too.
I'd say I would use whatever brush you feel like lets you fill in the blocky shapes that you want, but keeps you from getting too much into detail.
Okay.
Whatever size you feel does that for you. Here, I'm going to zoom in a bit so you can see about how much detail I'm doing and how much blocking.
And do we want to go over it a couple of times so it's not, so it gets really white? Or
not necessarily. I still have, like, if you see here, I still have lots of these little like pinks shining through. And I actually really like that because to me, it makes it feel like it's done with like a real, not real, but like a natural medium, like it's actually might be on paper. I always like to lean on the side of like more textural when I'm drawing on the iPad. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Sorry. If you guys want to send me some process photos, I can take a look at those also.
That's excellent. And we are going to go an extra, I think 10 to 15 minutes. I need at least 15 minutes in between when my class starts and Emma's. So we've got another 20 minutes to go.
Yeah.
If not sooner.
I'm going to have to hop out because I'm working.
So you've chosen a new color now?
Yep, so all I'm doing right now is I'm gonna sample whatever color I'm looking at.
Okay.
So here I'm doing the eye, so I'm just sampling this kind of green tone. And then I'm gonna come in and fill it in. And then I'm gonna sample maybe this color above the eye. And then I'm just gonna kind of roughly block out the areas that I think have that color.
So you do your blocking for everything on the same layer?
Mm-hmm. I am, yeah. I know some like artists who like to keep their layers a little bit more separate than that. But for me, because I started out as like a traditional painter, it works better for me to keep things kind of on that same layer. It feels more like painting to me.
Mm.
This is nice too, because we don't really have to worry too much about color mixing. It's just outlining shapes right now, basically.
Yeah, I mean, once you get the technique, it's like when you were a kid and had a color book and colored the pictures.
No, yeah. I don't think it's as simple as that.
It's kind of.
And much, much harder.
The crayon craze.
Is this working for you guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So.
And this stage is gonna be a little messy, especially with using a big brush, but I like to come in after and if you guys want to send me some pictures, I can take a look too.
I'll send you mine. I still have a ways to go, but I'll send you where I am.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I hear you.
I guess it does kind of feel like a paint by number. It's kind of like, yeah.
It does.
No numbers.
The fun.
No numbers, no outlines.
Send you mine, Emma.
Oh, perfect.
I'm working, leaving you guys. Bye.
Bye, good
Oh,
seeing
bye,
you.
Sandra.
Oh,
So we don't see you
bye.
later then, huh?
I think she's gone.
Oh yeah, I see. I think this is Lisa's. Yes. Very nice.
Yeah.
It looks like it's like actual paint. It's kind of crazy.
It does. I don't, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I was using the brushes you recommended, but
Oh yeah.
this is where I am.
I feel like whatever brush you guys like is like not super picky about those. It's very much like a preference thing. I feel like everybody also has like their favorite brushes.
Right, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. Even with painting, I definitely prefer square brushes. I know lots of artists who prefer round ones and things like that.
Yeah, I'm a
It's
square.
kind of the same.
I'm a square brush painter.
Mm-hmm. I think it's funny that everybody like has their little their preferences. Totally makes sense though. I'm gonna zoom in here so you guys can take a look at this. Then I'll just kind of hang out if you guys have any questions.
Oh yeah, we need eye color. Ooh.
Am I sent in mine?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, sweet. That's looking good.
Thank you.
Okay.
My favorite thing with like traditional and non-traditional drawing is when those like underpainting colors poke through. I think those look really nice.
Yeah. I'm gonna send in mine too.
Anna, you missed my news at the beginning.
What was that?
We got a dog.
Oh, what kind of dog did you get?
I'll send a picture across.
Oh, puppy or grown up?
He's about 2. He's skittish. He's hiding upstairs. So we just got him yesterday.
Oh,
I'll send a picture.
where did you get him?
From a rescue group called Mutt Scouts. He was rescued from Mexico. Yeah, he was on the streets in Mexico. They rescue a lot of dogs from there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll send you a picture.
I sent you mine.
I'm looking at this. Looks good. I've noticed one thing that I'm doing differently on mine than with yours.
Yeah.
Is that my outline layer is above, or my color layer is above the outline layer.
Oh, so I should like cover them, huh?
Yeah, it's also like a preference thing too. If you prefer to have outlines, you can.
I don't.
Yeah, so then I would just move that color blocking layer
okay
above your outlines.
Okay, so I have to start again then with that.
No, you don't. You just have to drag your layer above. So you don't have to start a whole new layer or anything like that.
But what do you mean drag the layer above? So
if you go to your layers.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
In your color blocking layer, you want to make sure that that's above your outline.
It is.
So my outline's here.
It is above. Oh, he's so cute, Lisa.
Thank you.
How big is he?
They said he's 32 pounds, but I think he's bigger.
He's gonna be fine. Okay, you can come over once he's feeling better. You can come over for play date.
Yeah, that would be great. And I'm sure I'll be trying to draw him at some point.
So, Emma, I have my layer above. No, I don't. I don't have it about the cat outline. Ah, okay. I see. So now where the outline shows through, should I cover up that?
We can worry about that a little bit later. We can do that towards the end.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. How would you guys feel about moving on to the next part? Do you feel okay with that?
Yes.
We're okay with that.
Okay. So
now
this part
we
is
kind of know what we're doing.
So we want to soften these lines a little bit more and make it look like our cat is furry. So I'm going to make sure that I'm on that color blocking layer. You guys there?
Okay, we're still on color blocking. Okay.
And then we're going to go to our smudging tool. I'm going to click on it twice so I get all of my options.
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe, let me see if I can figure out which section it's in. Oh, okay. So if you go to materials.
Yep.
And then you're going to click on short hair. Do you guys see that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is.
I don't have materials. This is in the second category.
Materials. It's not
Can
showing.
you just, can you just read out something above or below it?
Yeah, it's between spray paints and vintage.
I have touch-ups.
You have top shops?
Yeah, touch-ups.
Touch-ups. Oh, interesting. Does it have the same brushes?
Zombie skin, old skin, rough skin, short hair, flowing hair, fine hair.
Interesting. Yeah, mine's under materials for some reason, but that's the ones you want. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, and mine is short hair is the one I'm using. Do you have short hair on there?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'd use that one. That's interesting. Mine's under like a different category. Did everyone find that brush?
Yes.
Perfect. So what I can do now is my brush is at, let's see, it's at 55%, somewhere in there.
Okay.
It's at 100% opacity.
55?
And now what I can do is I can go on the borders of my sheets. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see it really big.
I was gonna let out my dog. She's going crazy.
Okay.
Oh my God, Emma, this is so cool.
Isn't it? This is always the funnest part.
Oh, so what are we doing here? We're doing the... So do we need to change color here too?
Nope, this is just our smudging tool. So it actually has no color applied to it. It's just pushing around the colors that we already have.
Okay.
And I'm just going in and I'm going to where my two colors meet. And it's going to start smudging it with this fur texture.
Mhm.
Is that working for everybody?
Not really.
Yes.
Yes,
Not
it's so
really.
cool.
I can't say it does.
Is it not smudging?
No.
It's not working for you?
Not really.
What is it doing?
Maybe makes it a little blurry, but nothing.
And it's the fur tool that you're on?
Yeah. Let me go back. We were at brushes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, brushes. And I'm on No. What happened?
It should be under your smudging tool.
Oh, it should be on the smudging tool, yeah. Oh yeah, materials and short hair.
Maybe try playing around with the size of your brush and the opacity and seeing if you can find a different setting that you like more.
Oh, okay.
I'm also looking at my photo and I want to look at the direction of the furs as I'm doing it. So I'm looking at the eye and it looks like the fur kind of goes up and then it kind of gradually turns down. So I make sure I'm doing the same thing.
But now I'm, fuck. Sorry.
Quick question. On this smudging tool, do you have it in, can you open it again to see what you have there? Because mine is not doing the same.
Yeah, so it looks like this. It's under materials or short hair. It's also, it was under touch-ups.
Materials short hair. Oh, it wasn't the wrong one. Materials short hair. Oh, short hair. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, let's keep in mind the idea that we might be wrapping up at about 5 minutes. Emma, whatever you can't get, you can continue just sending steps across the thread and we'll just keep going.
So maybe because we're running a little bit shorter on time, I think that this little fur texture thing is something we can do after, right? So maybe we can move on to doing maybe the eyes and the nose.
Mm-hmm.
Sound good? Okay. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna create a new layer.
Okay.
And this one is going to be above color blocking, so it'd be my uppermost layer.
Okay.
I'm gonna rename this to details. Then I'm going to make sure that it's selected.
Mm-hmm.
Is that working for you guys?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So then I can go to my brushes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that I have that Oberon brush selected.
Yeah.
That's under drawing? Yes, okay.
Yes. I can zoom in here so I can see the eyes of my cat.
So now we're going to have like really, the brush is going to be like 2% or something?
Yep, so we're going to go really small. I'm going to move it down. I'm going to test it out. Yeah, I like that size. So this size is 1%, maybe 2%. It's pretty small.
Okay.
I'm keeping my opacity pretty high at 100%. And then I'm going to zoom into the eye of my cat in my reference photo. And then here it is on my screen, my drawing. I'm going to sample this dark brown that's on the edge of the eye.
Okay.
And then I can add that in. Does that work for you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
there's we have that initial outline, that like dark brown here. We also have a little lip of the eye. I'll zoom in here so you can see on my reference, but there's this kind of pinkish area right outside. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yep, so I'm just gonna sample that pink color and add that outside my eye. And now is basically what we were doing before, where we're just sampling colors we see on our photo. And then we're bringing them into our painting, and we're just trying to recreate the shapes of those colors. So I see a highlight, like a little ring of lighter, kind of muted green.
Yes.
I can add that to my eye.
Oh, my photo has gone in the wrong direction. Oh.
The other option here is that I might just have her, Emma, you could just do the finishing touches, including the fur stuff, at the beginning of the next lesson, which will be next week.
Yeah.
I think that would be better. Yes.
Let's just do that. You can save these. For those of you who are sick of this new fashion stuff, you can come and learn how to paint a goat with me in oil.
Great ad.
I want to commend you guys, though. You did great work. Emma, you are a champ. And y'all did really good with like helping each other as well as, you know, trying to figure this out. So I wanted to commend you. I think it's really great. The recording will be up probably tomorrow, and we'll just keep going. We have a lot of time to practice this, so we don't have to feel so rushed, right?
That is good.
Yes, so keep working. We're going to end this class now. Emma, thank you. Great work, everyone. And for those of you who want, I'll be up in 15 minutes in the same classroom for regular painting.
Emma, how do we save this canvas? I mean, this painting, just like, yeah,
so it should automatically save. So if you go to the upper left side where it says gallery,
yeah,
it'll exit out and you can see all of your drawings. And
it says untitled artwork, right?
Yep. Yeah. And you can change the title to whatever you want, but whenever you're ready, you just click on it again and it's exactly where you left off.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
And
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll join you later, Leah, but I have to.
No, you need to do a couple things. I get you.
I need to eat breakfast.
Me too.
Thank you, Emma.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Thank you. And your dog is adorable.
Oh, thank you. Like I said, you'll be seeing him in class. I'm sure I'll try to
Congratulations,
him.
Yeah, and
very
good
cute.
for you to rescue a street dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go check on him. So
Bye, guys. We'll see you
thank
later.
you guys. Have a good Sunday.